Hi everyone, I'm Alessia and welcome to my channel. I'm incredibly grateful that you're here, and today I've got a special video for you that is about Freshers and Freshers Week, and it's full of advice and tips to make sure that you have the best Freshers Week you can ever have. So Freshers Week is this 1 week where universities usually have events, parties, and everything planned for new students to socialize, meet other people, and really get a feeling of what their university year will be like. It's something that universities in the UK do a lot, but for example, in other countries, it's not very common. Like where I'm from in Italy, I don't think we have something like that. And so when I came to the UK for university, it was a very new concept to me, and I didn't really know what to expect. But maybe you're actually from the UK, or you know someone who has gone to a Freshers Week and they've told you about it. So maybe you already know what it is, and you already have like stories from people, and you know that it's a really fun week where people, again, they socialize, they meet new people, they try out new stuff, but sometimes it can bring a lot of maybe like worrying or anxiety to other people. And this is because there are many expectations around it. So today I'm here to give you some tips to make sure that you have the best Freshers Week and you can have fun while still feeling comfortable and being yourself. So my first tip is to just let go of all the expectations that you have, both good and bad. And this is because like every university does Freshers Week in a different way. So you might find different events, different activities that your uni does or doesn't do, which can be like, it doesn't mean that they are worse or better than other unis, it just means that they do different stuff. The other point is that every student actually experiences things in a different way, every person in general. And so it doesn't really make sense to focus on how your friends lived this experience, but you can actually focus on what you would like to do and how you would like to live it, and you can see what your uni does to make sure that you can like participate to the events that fit with what you want to do. I also really want to tell you, and maybe you already know, but this is something that I think it's very important, and it is that if you hold on to negative expectations, that you might actually prevent yourself from having fun. So maybe you think that you won't like something because maybe your friends told you that it's not really a good experience, but well, you might actually end up liking it a lot. And for me, this was the case with the headphone disco. I remember everyone was talking about it, saying that it wasn't what they expected, they didn't really have fun, and so many people were just not buying tickets for that event, or they were selling the tickets that they had. I didn't have a ticket for that event because it was sold out like at the beginning, and I went there with a few of my friends, and it was probably the best night I've had in Freshers. And that was because we could actually choose the channel we wanted to listen to. And I remember there was a rock channel, and I love rock music, and what I've always wanted to do was actually to dance in a club to rock music, and I was finally able to do that. So for me that night was just amazing. I was vibing, I was feeling myself with the rock music, and I'm so glad that I went there and I experienced it, you know, in my own way. So my next point would be to push yourself a bit outside of your comfort zone, and this is something that will happen a lot, I think, during university. At least it happened for me. And if you think about it, like maybe it's your first time moving from home, living alone, so you're already like pushing yourself a bit from your comfort zone. And let me tell you, like, as soon as you do these few changes and you start, you know, pushing yourself a bit, and you realize that you can actually do this, more changes will follow. You will just attract opportunities for growth, and you will always want more. Like, I'm speaking from personal experience here. So yeah, my advice is to push yourself out of your comfort zone. With this, what I mean is that I think it's essential for you to have an open mind and an open heart, and to try new things. And by that I mean, for example, different activities, different clubs and societies that you want to try out. And unis here in the UK, they're great for this because they have societies and clubs for literally every person. And the good thing is that if you don't find a society that you can fit in, you can actually create your own, which I think it's so beautiful. So yeah, don't be afraid to, you know, push yourself a bit, and maybe even start the conversation with people. Um, Try out many different things that maybe you've never even heard of, or you've never actually thought that you could do. Like, for example, during we had active freshers fair during the first week, so the teams were presenting themselves and what they do. And I remember I went there with a friend of mine and we did archery. Like, I never thought that I could actually do archery, but we did it for one day, and it was actually really, really good. Like, we had a lot of fun, and we're still talking about it, that, you know, we did archery, and what are the odds? Okay, so my third point is actually related to the second one, but with a different perspective. So I said that, you know, you need to say yes to new things, new adventures, but at the same time, what I really, really want you to take from this video is that you need to make sure that your boundaries are respected. So during university, you will embark on this like self-discovery journey. So you will know what you like, what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and like, you will get a understanding of the person that you really want to become. And this also includes talking about boundaries. So really, if we're talking about this, the real secret that's underneath is to just be yourself. But it's easier said than done, we all know this. And as I said, like, you will embark on this self-discovery journey during university, so maybe you don't really know yourself that much now, but I'm sure you know what you like and you don't like, at least like activities wise. Okay, so what I'm really trying to say is that you should just try to be yourself, and without feeling the need to change for anyone else. And again, this is very difficult, and it's especially difficult for a period like Freshers Week, when you're meeting new people, you want to fit in, you want to make friends. But let me tell you one thing, like, if you feel the need to change to make friends, those people, they're not gonna be your friends. They're gonna be just people that you hang out with, people that you go clubbing with, or I don't know, you see once a month maybe, but they're not gonna be your real friends, like your support zone, your support system that you can actually rely on. So if you feel the need to change for someone, just let them go, because you will realize soon you're better off without them. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is, you can approach Freshers Week with a very cool mindset of I want to have fun, I want to meet new people, I want to try out new things, but still I want to like be within my boundaries. And for me, an example of this, it was drinking, because I came here to the UK from Italy, and we don't have the same drinking culture, which I think it's like huge in the UK. I wasn't used to it, and also like I don't really like drinking. Like it's not something that I choose to do most of the times, and this is like for a different number of reasons. But in general, like I just don't like. I don't even like the taste of alcohol, so I just don't drink. I prefer not to. But in Freshers Week, everyone was drinking, and you see photos and you hear stories of people getting drunk every night, and you know about like freshers flu and all that kind of stuff, and people getting like messed up, people blacking out. So it's kind of known, like well known for being a week of partying and clubbing, which usually involves drinking. So yeah, so I was a bit like worried about this in the first few days, but I decided to show up and go to the events without drinking, or without even, or if I drank, it was just a sip of something, you know, to try it out. But I stayed within my limits, within, you know, my boundaries, and I felt comfortable while having fun. So yeah, I was able to have like a great Freshers Week without worrying too much about anything really. And so I recommend you to do the same. And thinking about it, like after the crazy year that we all had, maybe some of you might feel a bit like scared and might have a bit of anxiety regarding COVID and social distancing. And I think the same thought process applies here. So you should obviously have fun, and you know, you obviously want to meet new people, you want to make friends. But if you have a bit of social anxiety, or you're not very comfortable with COVID regulations here, because like talking again from an international student perspective, it gets a bit weird when like the regulations are so different between countries. And my advice for that is to find people who maybe don't really want to go clubbing or to main events, which usually involve like a lot of people and big crowds. You can find people to go watch a movie with, or go to town, try out a new restaurant, cook a meal together. You can also like try to ask your flatmates, your new flatmates, to do these activities with you without also even mentioning COVID. If you don't want to, you can just like ask them, and they might even say yes, because some people might even feel the same things as you, but they're maybe too scared to say it. So yeah, just like if you're having these thoughts, don't ignore them thinking that, you know, other people want me to do other things, I should be partying, blah blah blah. Just try asking people, and you might be surprised. And yeah, just be yourself, be comfortable with yourself, know what you want, know your limits, and just have fun within them. Okay, so my fourth tip is actually around not worrying if Freshers Week doesn't meet your expectations. We talked about not having expectations, like for our first point, but like let's be realistic, you know, we all have expectations. We can try to get rid of them, but we end up having them anyway. So if you have expectations, that's fine, okay, we all do. But what I want to say, make sure that those expectations don't stop you from having a good time, and don't make you overthink everything. because it might be that you think you're gonna find your friends for life, you know, during Freshers Week, or that your flatmates would be these amazing people that you hang out with like every day. And for some people that's true. Like I have a few friends who they loved their flatmates. They truly hang out like every night. They went partying. They also like did so many things together, and they ended up living with them the next year. But for my personal experience, that wasn't the case. Like my advice is, do not expect to everything to go as you imagine. Just like don't worry, because you will have literally a whole year, and even like maybe 2 or 3 or 4 more years depending on the length of your course, obviously, to do all those things. Like Freshers Week, it's called Freshers Week for a reason, because it's just 1 week. And yeah, you can do many things, you can meet people, but again, it's only 1 week. There is only, you know, a limited amount of things you can do in 1 week. And so yeah, don't worry if the first week is not what you expected. You will definitely have more chances, more opportunities to meet new people, try out new things, attend different events, and join societies and clubs if you haven't had the chance to go during Freshers. And so this brings us to my last advice, which is to attend Freshers Fair, and if you have like an active Freshers Fair as well, because those events are just amazing, because you can meet many people, you can see all these societies and clubs that are around, you can get an idea of what you will like. So I would say just go there at the fairs, ask questions if you want to meet new people, introduce yourself, even if you're, you know, if you want to have a chat with the committee members that are usually behind like tables and they're offering you food and stuff. And you know, the worst that could happen is that you end up not joining a society but getting lots of free food and freebies, which, you know, it's never really a bad thing, especially as a student, to get free food. So yeah, just go there and I'm sure you will have fun. Okay guys, so these were my tips for Freshers during Freshers Week. If you like this video, you can give me a like and maybe subscribe for more, because I will definitely make more videos for Freshers, but also like of my university experience in general, and I can't wait to share them with you. So yeah, thank you for watching the video, thank you for being here. I will see you in the next video. Bye!